Welcome everyone. Today I want to talk about 5 things that I wish or you wish you knew before renovating your home. Let me share what 40 years in the renovation business has taught me. Today I'm revealing the 5 crucial things homeowners are never told before starting a renovation project. Overseeing hundreds of home transformations, I've seen the same surprises blindside even the most prepared homeowner. These insights could save you thousands of dollars and months of stress on your upcoming project. Hi, I'm Charlie from Armada Design and Build in Bellevue, Washington, and I've guided homeowners through every type of renovation imaginable, from a quick kitchen update to complete home transformations and everything in between. When it comes to renovations, consider me your human Google. I've been called that before. I've seen it all, fixed it all, and today I'm sharing that wisdom that only comes from being in the trenches. Okay, number 1, your budget can change a lot. Now, this will depend on whether you're doing it yourself or whether you're hiring a professional. Now, for us here at Armada, we don't see our budgets move very much. But all the horror stories you hear about are people out there that do find that their budgets move a significant amount. The 2 big concerns: how long is it going to take and how much is it going to cost? We've kind of got those nailed, but for a lot of people out there, this is the number 1 thing, is that budgets can be incredibly fluid. So let's say you start with the rough number of $50,000 for a kitchen renovation, which is low in reality, but let's just start there, right? So the countertops, a couple $1,000 more than you originally thought. Wiring, a big one. Once you open up the walls, you find things in the walls, outdating, out of code, easily $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. You decide that you want something from a custom cabinet shop to fit in an odd space, and you don't want to change the space. Another $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. Quite easily can run into these additional costs. So most renovations cost 15 to 25% more than initially imagined or budgeted. At least a lot of them we see are 100% more than what a homeowner thinks that they're going to have to invest in a project versus what it is that they do invest. Back to our $50,000 kitchen. If you're over 10, 15, 20%, you can do the math, $5,000, $6,000, $20,000 additional that you hadn't planned for. Or hire an experienced professional that will work through that budget with you in the beginning or from the beginning so that you don't have these surprises during the project. Number 2, timeline expectations versus reality. It'll take 6 to 8 weeks. Might be one of the biggest fairy tales in renovation history. They often take a significantly longer period of time than people think or hope that they're going to. Kitchens, for us, are very well planned and orchestrated, and they are 10, 12, 14 weeks, depending on the course of work, but not 6 to 8. Bathroom remodels, 4, 6, 8 weeks, depending on what we're doing. That is often typical, but not 2 or 3, like a lot of people want to think, like, oh, just in and out. Whole home renovations, a significant project. These are months and months, 6 to 12, depending again on how much is being done in the project, not 3 or 4, as some people hope that they are. If they're big projects, they take a long time. And so why are these projects often delayed? One of the big ones is material delays, or not knowing the materials that you want beforehand and then figuring out what it is that you want during the project, and now you have to order it and now you have to wait for it. Contractor scheduling. Are they on time? Are they ready to go? Do they have everybody lined out to go ahead? All of the subs that you're going to need, the electrician, the plumber, the roofer, the painter, all of those schedules within the schedule are very important. Inspections can throw you off. Sometimes waiting for the inspection, or more damaging can be failing an inspection and then having to come back and get something done and corrected, as it's typically called, a correction, and then having it re-inspected. Weather delays, typically not a problem when you're working inside, but if you're working outside, weather can definitely impact the schedule on a project. And this domino effect will build on itself. A little delay here, a little delay there, boom, boom, boom. And next thing you know, you're over a month, 6 weeks as a project continues to go. So my advice on how to manage your timeline and keep it to something that is not totally a surprise. Well, number one, you should hire a seasoned, experienced professional that gives you a timeline from the beginning. We publish a timeline, we put it on your job website. You will see a day-by-day schedule as to what's going to happen from when we start to 2 weeks in, to 5 weeks in, and 12 weeks out. You're gonna know what we're doing on any given day. And then if there is a change, we're gonna modify the schedule so that you'll see it. Something comes up that we find in the walls and we have to fix it. So the schedule is completely transparent the way that we manage it. And they should be that way. For anyone that you're hiring to do a project for you should have a detailed schedule for you. If you're doing it on your own, you should try and create a schedule. Even if you pull out the old kitchen calendar and write it down, here's how many days everybody says that they need. But if you're doing it on your own, I would add 50% of the time that you think it's going to take, because there'll be lots of things that you forgot, and then you'll be pleasantly surprised or properly prepared when it does take longer. All right, number 3, hidden costs, things that just nobody mentions or you don't think of or you're not aware of. These hidden expenses never make it into the renovation show. Temporary living arrangements, potentially thousands for a major renovation. Where are you going to go and be if you have to move out of your home for a complete home renovation? Well, our clients do this a lot, so they find a place, they rent something, and so that can be a significant cost. A lot of people don't move out for just a kitchen or a bathroom, that they have places that, they can live in the home. But if you're moving out for a significant renovation, this is definitely something that needs to be factored into your budget. Eating out can just really rack up. If you're doing a kitchen renovation, it can be complicated. Like, how are we managing to eat and feed everyone in the family without a kitchen for the time period upcoming? We do temporary kitchens for our clients where we'll set up the refrigerator, we'll put the microwave, we bring in some of the old cabinets. We've even hooked up a sink in a temporary situation for you. So we take that into account. But if you just have no kitchen and you're eating out all the time, definitely take that into account. Storage cost. Where is all the stuff that's currently in your house going to go during the project? Because you shouldn't have it in the home if it's a significant renovation, because it's all going to get dusty and dirty, potentially damaged when you're doing drywall and paint. So those things that are certainly in the area of work need to go somewhere. If you have a big garage that's open, maybe that's a good spot. Are you going to have to rent a storage area? Are you going to have to get one of those on-site storage units, the little containers that you put out there? Those are often a good choice. But all of that costs money. And then movers, are you getting them to help you? Are you doing this on your own? Other things to factor in as part of the cost of the project. Post-renovation cleaning. We bake this in. We plan on doing this, so this is already in your budget when you're working with us, so not a hidden thing. Cleaning all the cabinets, the drawers, the doors, dusting, wiping everything down, stickers on new windows. All of these little things that come up. One of the things that we do and think it's an important thing is that we have, for homes that have ductwork and a central heating and cooling system, is that we include cleaning out the ductwork after the renovation, because the dust that collects inside your system in the furnace and the return vents, and then you turn your furnace back on, as soon as you're done, it's going to blow all that dust right back over the house. So that's part of the work that we do and how we manage to finish and turn over a really finished project to homeowners. Another overlooked thing often is increased utility bills. Particularly if you're moving out of the home and you're doing a significant project and there's a lot of drywall work or paint work, they're going to want the heat on to get that stuff to dry out soon so they can come back tomorrow and do the next coat or put on the next layer. So increased utility bills for electricity, water, gas, if that's how your home is heated. All of these things will be a factor, so just be aware of that. These peripheral costs can add $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 to a major renovation, and often are not factored into those initial budgets. We at Armada, we bake all that stuff in from the beginning, and we tell people often that if you're comparing us to someone else, typically in the very beginning, we are significantly higher than that competition because we've included all of these things in our initial budgets. But once people learn, they start doing a little digging and they start adding these things, our budget stays the same typically. And then these other budgets magically increase because all these little factors have come into play, particularly when you're asking about them, like, what about this and what about that? Then they're like, oh yeah, we have to put that in, we have to put that in. So be aware of those things when you're talking to people, that all of that stuff is included. The fourth thing, the emotional roller coaster, right? This is real. One of them in the early phase, if done the way we do it, is decision fatigue, choosing every single detail. I'm talking about cabinet knobs, not only the knob on the cabinet, but where is it installed on the cabinet? Right here, right there, over there. Paint colors, light fixtures, lighting layouts, grout colors, the detail for the edge treatment of your countertop. What is that going to look like? There are just hundreds and hundreds of decisions that go into executing even a relatively simple or small scope project. But for us, we manage all of that in the beginning. None of it's under pressure of construction, like, hey, the tile person is here ready to install tile. How do you want it installed? We made all those decisions weeks or months ago with no pressure. Everything's done. We've got a drawing. Another one is anxiety over mounting costs and timelines and extensions, and we have to move out of our rental place, and why is it taking so long? And all of these kind of things. Again, these are real things that people go through and put themselves through when they try to do this the inexpensive way. You're looking for the deal. We're doing it ourselves, or we're hiring the low-cost guy. These things will be real, and you will have to get through them and over them, but done right on the front end, a lot of that can be eliminated. Frustrations with the daily disruption is another one. Typically, you go home and you want to relax and you want to unwind and put your feet up, and that's your place where there isn't pressure and stress. But when your house is torn up and you're under renovation and your kitchen's torn out, there's no relaxing when you go home. In fact, the tension goes up, the anxiety goes up, right? It's the opposite of the normal routine for people, that it's a highly stressful situation. Relationship strain, this is a real one. Partners disagree, costs are going crazy, time is taking too long, the house is a mess, people in the house. All of these things can build to add stress to a relationship and some strain that wouldn't otherwise be there. You do need to be in a pretty good place with a partner in your relationship when you embark on something like this, because this is a rocky road and will test relationships. One of the tricks or pieces of advice I give people is build in some breaks to completely get away from the renovation. Take some time away, go away for the weekend, just unplug and get out of it. Just like you need to do with work, this is work. It's a lot of work. So think about that. Often it can coincide with some stuff that needs to be done at the house if you haven't moved out, that you can be gone for a long weekend while we do the floor, or we do some painting, or something that's gonna be very smelly that you need to not be around for. So that's a good time often to do that, just to get away. If you work with someone who can help you through this process and is a professional that will narrow down your choices and limit some of those and explain the pros and cons of certain things, and then read that into a schedule and onto construction and take out these surprises, that overall, yeah, you might spend a little bit more money than you would if you were doing it all by yourself, but it's going to be a much better process and experience for you. And that's one of the things we talk about a lot here at Armada, is providing the very best experience throughout the entire process. The cost is important, and we beat that down as much as we can to get it to the place that it's the best value out there, we think, in terms of what you get for what you pay. But that mental anguish and stress, a lot of people don't think about how important that is and how significant of an issue it will be. And hiring professionals will really, the right ones and good ones, it will really take that whole part of it and ameliorate that significantly, and it be more about the fun of the transformation and getting what you want, and less about stressing over daily schedules and budget and, oh my gosh, what happened today, and that kind of thing, because all those surprises are worked out ahead of time. The choices have been made. under no stress. And it's just, now let's just enjoy this process. Let's go build this and watch our home transform into what it is that we really want it to be. Number 5, quality of contractor makes or breaks your experience, right? The contractor you choose determines 80% of your renovation experience. Some of the signs of quality include detailed, itemized cost breakdowns, clear communication, obvious things, proper licensing, insurance is a big thing to make sure that it's out there. References, will they allow you to talk to prior clients? A systematic approach to the design process, to the building process, really to everything, which would include a systematic approach to changes or unexpected things that you run into. Have they talked to you about, this is how we handle things that come up during the process that we hadn't anticipated? What is our change order process? If they've got that down and tell you how that's gonna work, something to be keyed to, that this is important. They've thought of all the stuff. They have a plan. Do they respect your home and your schedule? Are they using your tools? Are they just piling things around? Like, when you want to talk to other people, their references, how was it during the process? What was it like? So those are important indicators as to whether this is an experienced, dialed-in professional company that you should work with or think about working with versus someone who's just kind of trying to figure it out as they go. Red flags, huge, giant 50, 60% upfront deposits. Those make me worried. Why do you need so much money upfront? Vague, incomplete, rushed estimates and scope of work and breakdowns, very, very concerning. Poor communication, particularly before you've formally hired them. If they have trouble getting back to you and communicating before you've paid them, what are they going to be like after you've paid them? Like, I've got them now, where are they at? They don't know. No formal change order process, no formal scheduling, reluctant for references to share past clients' information with you. Like, they're hard to, like, hey, I want to talk to somebody. If that's a tough thing to get out of them, might be a flag. We here at Armada Design and Build, we specialize in that transparent, hopefully stress-free, certainly stress-managed renovations that deliver beautiful results without those typical surprises that you hear about, the nightmare cases out there. So if you'd like to contact us for a consultation, we'll walk you through our detailed planning process, understand what it is your project goals are, what it is you're trying to achieve, and we can work with you to create your dream space with no regrets. Thanks very much. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, leave us a comment down below. We'll try to get back to them as much as we can. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.